All right, you little wiggle worm, here we go.
Hoorah.
Dude, you just snapped your bra straps in excitement, and it almost felt like a Hanna-Barbera, like what your character does during the drag race.
Yay!
Yeah, exactly. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
And away we go. You
Fucking totally. What is up, Lillian Bustle?
Oh my god. Who knows? So it's 2024. I am generally in good spirits. And I think that I am very grateful to feel that way because I know a lot of people are not. So.
Oh my fucking god, for real, yeah.
I mean, things are not peachy. Like, so before we got on the call, I was telling Jen that like I haven't been able to get my Adderall prescription filled, and my doctor is not being very helpful. And like, if the answer is for my ADHD ass to drag around in person to every single pharmacy and ask them, then I'm just never gonna get my medication again. And I was talking to the person who works at the counter at our Walgreens. He doesn't care. If it's an independent pharmacy, the pharmacist is right there always, and you're going to be able to talk to them. And I've never had any trouble with the indie ones saying yes or no. Some places will not tell you at all if they can fill your prescription. Or they won't tell you if they have any other kind of milligrams. So like if I'm taking 15 milligrams, my doctor can prescribe 30s and then have me break them in half. And like I've been doing this for so long, there's no risk. It's fine.
Yeah.
But at Walgreens, they were like, they had told me one day they had it, and the next day I came and they didn't. And I said, "Oh, I'm dying. Like, can you just tell me if you have these other two?" And I was trying to explain to the kid, like, I have to walk around. And he goes, "Well, can't you just call?" I said, "How often do you guys answer the phone here?"
Fuck, for real.
And he was like, "Oh." And I was like, "Yeah."
Impossible. Yeah. Yes. I think Jory has had to do the same kind of and like it requires the access to your fucking executive function. Like
Correct.
Pristine access to your executive function in 2024 when nothing works and nobody has a job.
No, and everything takes 18 times longer to do anything.
Yeah.
Every time I order something, it is wrong, and then I have to like send it back. And then there's problems with everything. And I just...
The fact that titration is not just something that they straight up offer, like...
Oh, I don't know that term. Can you tell me that term?
Oh, that's your dosage. That's your, like, we can give you 10, 15 milligram pills or 5, 30 milligram pills, right? We're giving you the same amount of drug, but then you get to dole it out, right? Because the problem might be with the 15 milligram or whatever.
Correct.
So, like, the fact that they don't just automatically offer that, like, the equivalent math is bonkers to me. There might be a reason for it, but, like, the fact that they're like, well, you're just plumb out of luck, and then you have to be the sucker to come up with, like, oh, but don't you have these smaller or larger pills, and then I can cut them up and feed them to myself in peanut butter like a cat? Like, what?
It's truly a time to be alive.
I have new ridiculous news for you. Also,
Tell me.
Also, for the benefit.
Oh my gosh, it is so pretty.
It's so pretty. For the benefit of anybody, fuck buddies, watching this instead of just listening, I am showing Lillian my brand new tattoo.
It's so beautiful.
Which is
how do people find us on YouTube?
Oh, look up All the Fucks podcast or look up Jen Pont and Lillian Bustle, and I drop, although on YouTube it's only old episodes, so I have like old content, and eventually this will be there, but like technically you want to go to Spotify to watch the video versions.
Okay, that is working again. Okay.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Another weird thing that doesn't fucking work.
Another thing that didn't work.
Yeah, right. Um,
Uh,
so I got
my
my
favorite.
first tattoo.
Yes, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's
And you
just
got
line
your
work right now, but we have a date to color it. By we, I mean me and my mom.
yay. I love this so much.
We have a date to get it colored, although not for nothing. I really, really love the line work.
It's beautiful.
It's fucking great, right? So I have to
Yeah.
once it's fully done healed, I have to just sit around with magic markers and try a bunch of shit out and see what I ultimately want to land.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Yay.
Fun.
I also have stupid news.
Uh-oh.
No. It's great stupid news.
Okay, great.
It's toilet level stupid news.
Oh my God.
Okay.
If you all are listening and you missed the episode where Jen accidentally DoorDashed the toilet, you're like, go back and find it.
It's worth a good listen. I still did not get refunded for that shit. And I brought it up to
Uber Eats, right?
It was Uber Eats.
You didn't even DoorDash it. Who knew you could Uber Eats a toilet?
That delivery guy did. He sure did.
Yeah, he did. He did. He wished he didn't.
So under the same umbrella as these apps that deliver things to your house, right? I'm still a person who uses Instacart, but specifically because nobody works at the grocery store anymore. And so even though I might be full well willing to go in and have myself a time, there are two people checking out a whole, I don't know. I'm not doing that. So I do still have people do the shop for me every couple of weeks. And generally it goes without remark and everything is totally fine. There's a lady who did a shop for me a couple of weeks ago.
Uh-oh.
She did a great job. She got everything. So this Instacart lady, she takes my order. She's a baller. She's communicative with me. She's messaging me. She's giving great replacements. I tip her. It's great. She drops everything off. I carry the bags into the kitchen. The stench. The stench on these fucking bags, because they're not plastic anymore, because they're fabric. Okay. It's not even what you think. It's not a smoky car, which we've discussed. It's not anything untoward. It's her really, really, really bad perfume.
Oh no. How did it get all over the bags?
Girl, I feel like she must have dip dyed her hands in whatever she uses. Because here's the thing. I grabbed myself a can of green tea. This shop was weeks ago. And then everything went in the fridge. Okay? I got myself a can of green tea to sit here and talk shit with you. It still smells like her fucking perfume. I had to wash it in the sink with soap. It still smells like her perfume. There are things, and then it would get on me, and I'm like, why can't I get, what is happening? Is this lotion? What is it? And the worst part is that it is like a ghost, this whole fragrance. But the second worst part is this is a young, vivacious woman, and it smells like something Aunt Mildred would have used in the 70s. And it's just
some Genete.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's like a whole gigundo bottle of that smashed all over the groceries. It's unbelievable.
I just don't know how that could have happened without a bottle actually breaking in her car. And then was she? I don't know. Whatever.
Wonder. Oh, that's a good thought.
But she would have known,
right? But then she probably wouldn't imagine that it would be prohibitive. But the crazy thing is, it got over every single thing she handled. So it couldn't just be the bag sat in the car in this old puddle.
Uh-huh.
It had to be like she squeezes the lotion on her hands and then touches like it's almost like what we imagined COVID groceries would be
Oh
like.
my
And so
God.
I found myself wiping everything down like it's fucking March 2020.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's awful.
Again, like I said, every single thing, just like life. Why? Why?
Why?
Why?
And I'm not gonna
Ugh.
not tip her, but also I feel like she really has to know. Somebody's gotta fucking tell her.
Jesus.
Is it going to be me? How could she not have gotten that feedback already? Girl, it was unbelievable. I will usually drink from cans with no problem.
Sure.
But there were some that I could not get the smell from that I had to pop them and pour it into a glass. Because it's like, because every time I'm just lifting it to my nose. And I'm like,
That seems insane.
It's
Ugh, I hate
next level insanity.
God. Can I tell you a good thing?
Give me a good thing.
So a mini good thing was that someone in our neighborhood lost their cat and then found it. So that was really nice.
Oh, yay. I cried over a lost dog poster yesterday.
Oh, God. I can't even. I literally can't even. A dead animal, unrelated though. So my mother-in-law, Grace, I'm not sure if you're listening, Grace.
What's up, Grace?
What's up, Grace? She had sent me a video on Friday morning of a group called, I think Gaia Music in New York City. Of a bunch of people like in a warehouse kind of, but like 200 people all singing Chappell Roan's Good Luck Babe a cappella. And it's been so I can't describe to you how long it's been since I was like, I got to do that. What's that? That's something that would feed my spirit. Yes. I need to do that now. Can I do it now? And then when I looked it up, when I first saw it, I was like, well, this must be in like Wisconsin or someplace because no place in New York is big enough to get this many people together. That is the biggest challenge in New York. Don's Choir, they have such a bitch of a time trying to find a place, and they need to store risers there so that they can practice on the risers. So, but yeah, to my surprise, not only were they a New York-based group, not only did a number of my friends already follow them, and I was so mad. I reached out to some people personally.
How dare you not tell me?
Amy has been to one. She went to one. And I was like, what? What?
Yeah, for real.
This couldn't be more my thing. It couldn't be more my thing unless there was also I don't know, a screening of Princess Bride afterwards. But I looked it up, and there was something happening in Jersey City on Sunday, but it was sold out. It was the Imogene Heap song, the what you say?
Hide and Seek. Yeah.
Sure. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool, but then that was sold out. And then I looked again at the full calendar, and I was like, oh, it says they're doing Good Luck Babe tomorrow in Brooklyn. So I was like, well, this is going to be sold out too. It was not. Yay! I immediately paid my money, and I got my sheet music, and I listened to, and I would plan to go out, but I fucked up my back. I don't know what's going on with my back, but I was like, well, now I'm going to stay home anyway. I crammed the music. I picked one of the most challenging lines, as confirmed by the fact that there were way too few of us singing that line.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you get to pick whatever you want to do, and there's no rules. It's very, very chill and sweet. But yeah, I was like, oh. So excited.
Yes.
Oh, can't wait to do this. And I also knew it was going to be super gay because of the song, but also the very nature of the cuteness of what this whole thing is. So I got there. It was off of the
Big
Jefferson
they them energy.
1,000,000%. um off the Jefferson Avenue stop, which is right by House of Yes. And I when I did a photo shoot with Paris Benson, we shot in some it's the last place where there's still like warehouses that are kind of easy to get to that artists can use inexpensively. So thank God that's still around. It used to be Gowanus, but then the shuffleboard thing moved in and it was all over. So I was walking and I had my headphones in and I was wearing a rainbow dress with like cloud rainbow earrings, and I saw a bunch of people walking towards me that were similarly decked out, and and the people walking towards me as I was about to walk past, one of them was like, "Hey, are you looking for the singing?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Oh, the entrance is actually over here. It's not where they said it was." And I was like, "Oh, thank you for scooping me up." Had a cute little conversation with that person and walked in, and it was just like, I don't know, like the first day of summer camp where it was like everybody was like just super like big wide-eyed and excited and like nervous but friendly. And it was cool because obviously everybody has singing in common. Like you already know that. Yeah, just had like a couple of little light conversations with people who had never been there before. Somebody else was like, "Oh, I'm from Jersey City," and like it was just a huge kiki. So then
did anyone know you?
No, but there is somebody who sings in North River Sing, which is the choir that Don used to sing in. But no, I didn't recognize anybody in there. Not even like a "have I seen you before" kind of thing. But there were all kinds of people in there. I'm gonna say it was pretty well under 50. Under 50 and very I mean more than 3/4 women, which makes sense. And super gay. So all of a sudden like people start quieting down, and it realized that like this guy in like denim shorts and a little vest and how you say, pink cowboy hat earrings.
Yes.
Is doing like a call and response warm up, and it was so cool to like hear people realize what was happening and then settle down and then start joining in. Like it was really cool. It was so fun.
Crunch.
Yeah, crunch. And then just did like a little warm up like impromptu where I forget what his name is. I want to say Kennedy, but that's not probably right. Just off the top of his head, like popped out harmonies for Pink Pony Club to different like groups, and then we all like walked to where our voice part was gonna be. And then the rest of it was just absolute magic. Not only was it magic, like everybody was so prepared and so like it was just a whole bunch of teachers' pets. Like
yes, of course it was.
Yeah,
also
it was like
canonically gay.
Yes, for sure. It was the very best version of Pick Me Energy that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, honey, that's amazing.
And the other lovely thing about it, other than the just like fucking simmering in the harmony, was they did a little moment where took a break and afterwards had people read the lyrics like poetry, and then talk about like what the song meant to them. And of course, for those of you all who don't know Good Luck Babe, it's basically a woman talking to her lover who has decided that what they had was not really love, and that she's like, good luck. You can go make out with as many boys as you want, but like at the end of the day, this is real and you are in denial. That is what the song is about. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, this just happened to me. This just happened to me." And one person raised their hand and they were like, "I'm actually the person who's being sung to in this song. I was the one who missed the boat with somebody." And so we like totally had church. It was church without church. And it was delightful. Beautiful. And if I hadn't been so hungry, apparently they all went to a park nearby and sang it through one more time, but I was starving.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah,
I love
it was fantastic. And then I wandered. And then this isn't over. I wandered around that area. I found a sake distillery, and who knew? I had a little tasting flight of sake, and then I found this big, beautiful rainbow heart mural, and I was like, let me see if I can like get what I've been doing is I've been taking selfie video and then grabbing screenshots from that. For
Cute.
things that I don't need to be super sharp, obviously. You can't get a good focus on your face. But I think that it is working really well. So that's what I was trying to do. But I must have looked insane because I was obviously recording of a video of myself being like, cheesing this way, striking a pose and striking a pose. I think people are used to content creators now anyway. But this guy comes up and he was like, hey, do you want me to take a picture? And I was like, oh my God, yes, please. And then I realized he had a camera around his neck. And I was like, oh, you're an actual photographer. So he took some pictures on my phone and some pictures on his camera, which weirdly, I think the ones he took on my phone were better. I don't know why. And then the guy with him was talking about how he used to do art on pizza, but now he does bas relief on wood or bas relief. I don't know how you say it. Anyway, I just like shot the shit with these two dudes. Saw the organizers of the Gaia walk by and I was like, thank you so much.
Yay.
And then I went to the Bush, which is a lesbian bar. And I was like, am I too old to be gay? I do not know where the 40-year-old queer women hang out. I don't understand it.
At home. At home, baby.
Yes, but there I ran into somebody else who I know who does classes in the kink community and stuff.
Nice.
Lisa Marie. And I was like, hey. So
oh,
and then I hung out with Ivy for the rest of the night. So it was just
fucking bangarang.
Oh my God, it was so good. It was such a good day.
Oh, that's delicious. My heart needed that even vicariously.
And I can't wait. I hope you can come to one of these one-day choir things with me.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Absolutely love to. That would be fucking great.
Yep.
I love it. Oh shit. Yeah. That's so awesome. More like lightly exciting news, fuck buddies, that is not even really that public yet, so you guys get first dibbies, is that Lillian and I are working quite diligently and finally getting a little bit of headway, like in terms of nobody does their job anymore and nothing works. We certainly had enough of those like throwdown rage fests at just like, emails go into void. No voicemail exists. No phone line anymore. Bye-bye. Right? Like, we had plenty of that, but wheels are moving towards a production of my solo show.
Yay.
Sugar Coated with Lillian producing.
Yay.
February is what we're currently looking at. So get fucking ready, fuck buddies. Get ready, New York. We are excited and chompy and ready for it.
So chomp. Nom.
Hooray! And also, it's spooky Halloween, Lillian.
It is. I'm so excited. Oh, I have one more little happy thing.
Oh, give me happy. Yeah, no, please pour it into my dopamine black hole.
Thomas's, I'm pretty sure it's this brand. Thomas's a la English muffins.
Yes.
Yeah. I was in the grocery store yesterday, and I was like, "What is croissant bread?" They make an entire loaf of like a giant sliced up croissant.
That sounds amazing.
It is probably the worst for your arteries ever. But is it delicious for your mouthery?
Oh, yum. Fucking yeah.
My God. And I also got a rotisserie chicken. And I just like made myself like a steaming hot chicken sandwich.
Yes.
Croissant roll. No.
Oh, what'd you put on it? What
just mayonnaise. Just mayonnaise and salt.
Damn, that's good.
Yep, just a little bit of mayonnaise and just a little bit of purple salt, if you must know.
Purple? What's purple salt?
It is artificially colored salt. I don't know why it is made purple, but I got a giant thing of it at Stu Leonard's for $1. So
Stu
it tastes like salt. I think
that's exactly who sells purple salt.
Yes. It says like grape coloring or something on it, and I was like, that's not.
It has absolutely no, like, they're not like, ooh, the flavor profile of this is truffly smoked, whatever.
It's supposed to have a bit of a flavor to it, but I was like, it just tastes like salt. What are we doing?
Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious. I have an equally weird story about croissants.
Ooh,
Are you
tell
fucking ready?
No, I don't think I am.
Same umbrella of nothing works and everything is
no.
weird. Temu.
You didn't get croissants from Temu. Don't do that.
This is not my story. It's Jory's coworker.
Okay.
Jory's coworker bought like a little desk lamp, like a little nighttime lamp, right?
Sure.
And it was like, croissant lamp. And she was like, ooh. And so, it's shaped like a croissant and it's got all the folds and like the light is soft and warm and whatever, right? Like, so she's like, cool. Order, click. Couple whatever's later, right? Weeks. The box arrives from Temu.
Mm-hmm.
She gets home to find it covered in ants.
No.
And she's like, what this?
No. Like outside her house, hopefully? Yes?
I think so, yeah. I think so.
God. Okay.
She opens it up and pulls it out. There are ants all over this thing. All over it, right? They weren't like confused. It's not like someone spilled soda on the box. They're over, within the mechanism. And she is like, she's grossed out, but she's inspecting it and she's like, what could possibly appeal?
What could possibly?
It's a real croissant.
Oh, please be sure to fuck with the volume when you publish this. Oh my God.
A real croissant. And they were just like, sure, why not make a lamp from it?
Oh, there has to be, now I have to find, there has to be a Reddit of Temu fails out there.
Oh, I bet there's a fucking Instagram accct.
Probably,
be,
but
right?
Reddit's better.
Then you get the story.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, the answer is no. I was not ready for that. I mean, I guess that cuts down on production costs.
They just slapped a little resin on top and were like, that good. Someone put this in your house. Put electricity in it.
So it was like shellacked? It was like a real shellacked croissant?
Yes.
Someone, oh my God. Somebody thought of that and someone well, dreams really can come true. Okay.
Perfect kickoff to spooky Halloween.
Careful what you wish for, I suppose. Oh, wish. Haha.
Nice.
Careful what you Temu for.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm so warm. Oh, my God.
Surprises around every corner in 2024.
Oh, girl.
Keeps you on your toes. Oh, I have one more thing to bitch about. I don't understand what has happened. And you're not going to be able to see this. A couple of months ago, I think I probably told you, when I order bobby pins, I'll order like a bunch at a time.
Yes.
And I don't know, where's the
lower?
Camera? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see this? This is not the shape of a normal bobby pin.
Does up.
So their build is like slide proof or slip proof or something like that. And I was like, oh, I should go and order some of the regular ones. And then I forgot. So I thought maybe I'll go and try to find them in the grocery store, which is, you know, notoriously not the best place for beauty products. They had 3 different colors. They were all this bullshit. They were all this, like, instead of flat on one side and wavy on the other, they were all the wavy on both sides. So if this is what we have come to, if I am never going to be able to get a normal goddamn bobby pin again, I am going to poke my eye out with the right bobby pin. I'm going to go find a good one.
Oh my God.
But it is those little, it's beyond microaggressions now. Like, I am the croissant lamp being eaten by ants.
That's right, girl. Yes.
I'm just trying to
they
shine.
They chose violence. They all chose violence. Wow.
Actually, no. I'm like the unwitting croissant who's just hoping to be someone's breakfast, and then someone shellacks me.
Someone turns you into a fucking lamp. You could have been buttery in somebody's little tum.
Nope.
Nope.
Just bitten slowly by 1,000 little bugs.
Wow. So good.
Wow.
I'm going to have a wheeze for like weeks now just from that.
I'm shocked that I didn't pee my pants. I haven't laughed that long in a very long time. All right. Do you want to intro spooky Halloween?
What a joy. Fuck buddies. It's October, which means it's spooky Halloween. And that's maybe our favorite time of year because we get to go through the Jezebel Scary Story contest entries, which are like, there are some that have honestly stayed with me for fucking life. I just know it.
There was one that I was trying to find so that we could revisit it. The one where the girl is like on the trail, the hiking trail, and there's somebody like crawling.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to find that one again. That's terrifying.
It was so good. I mean, there could definitely be an episode this month where we go back and we do like our favorite scary ones that make us want to turn our skin inside out. There was a really scary one that I've purposefully forgotten that was based in New Orleans, and it was about this really...
Yeah, that one.
We shall not say it.
That one, and the one where the couple is like, oh, this abandoned house, let's go in. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah. Yep. The well. The pit.
The pit with
of licenses.
All of the IDs in it. Yeah. Just like hundreds of women's IDs.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
and then of course the guy on Grindr who found the guy who was like, I'm a realtor, this is a house. And the guy would go down into the basement and like be sobbing and screaming, and you'd hear like machines, and then the guy would run up and then they'd like make out. That's a rough one too.
That is is why you should share your location with somebody who you know and trust if you are going to go try to fuck a stranger.
Yeah, indeedy. That's right. You just put a little air tag right in, put it in like a contact.
Yeah, we all need to LoJack ourselves every so often.
Oh my God. So good.
Okay, so I have to tell you, I did like a skim of a lot of these. This first one that I pulled is too long, I think. It's like 2.5 pages. And we're already a half an hour into this. But do you have one that you are particularly excited about?
I do. You ready?
I think so.
Okay. Nobody has their fun names anymore. This is just Megan.
Oh, no, I have, some of them do. I have one that's Controlled by Cats is the name of their screen name.
Delightful. Okay, here we go. We're going to Megan. Okay. Shortly after my son was born, my then husband and I bought a 100-year-old house for our expanding family, which included the 3 of us and our medium-large dog. As someone who grew up afraid of the dark, after a strange incident with a neighbor boy looking in my windows as a child,
Ah.
I repeatedly had to tell myself that the creaks and thumps and sounds were normal for a house of that age, with old growth trees that bumped the roof and scraped the windows at night, and noisy radiant heat, and a back gate that wouldn't stay shut and clanked in the wind. I'd hear something, and instead of investigating, I'd hide under the covers like any reasonable adult. When my then husband and I split up, I kept the creaky house, and he kept the medium-large dog. Oh, no.
No, you need to keep that dog.
You need that dog in that creaky-ass house. When my son was still small, the two of us were watching a movie in the front room around dusk when my phone died. As a type B personality, the one charger I had was typically strewn somewhere about the house. This time I found it in the kitchen.
I don't think that's about your personality, babe.
That's about nothing working. But as I crossed to the counter to plug it in, I had the overwhelming, goosebumpy, tingly, sinking sense that something was very, very wrong. I turned and I realized that not only was the back gate open again, someone was sitting cross-legged in the yard, seemingly staring at the house.
Man, no.
They had a hood and dark sunglasses, despite the fleeting light, and didn't move even when I stepped closer to the window to make sure I wasn't hallucinating. They remained eerily motionless when I was certain they could see me, and still even when I was pretty sure they could see that I had seen them. I quickly locked the back door, grabbed my phone and my charger, and headed into the dining room to my laptop, where I sent the first person I could see online, good move, a message that someone was sitting in my yard staring at my house, and that my phone was dead, and to please call the police if they didn't hear from me in a few minutes.
Wow.
Yikes.
Sorry, can you go back? Because in my head, I was still at the part where she had like done all the things and the person was not moving. And then I started thinking about that. So where did she post it?
Presumably like Facebook, right? Because you know how now there's just like a green light when you're on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's like that. Or maybe Messages does it for Apple, but I don't really understand Apple. So
Okay.
yeah, but like, or whatever the current, or like GChat, I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
AIM.
Sure. Yeah. I miss GChat. Go on.
Man, they've changed that shit so many times.
I'm sure.
Okay, so I assumed whoever was in the yard would leave once sighted, but nevertheless waited on tenterhooks, impatiently staring at my useless phone. After an awkward conversation with my son about why we weren't going to the kitchen to get a glass of water, it finally lit up and I was able to call 911. I tried to calmly explain to the dispatcher that I was sure the person was gone, but begged that they please send an officer to check my yard, as the motionless staring was unsettling at best. Keeping me on the phone, she asked if I could look out a window without being seen to verify.
No!
As well as checked the locked door. I awkwardly crept as stealthily as I could toward the kitchen, slowly realizing that while the back door was locked, it also had a very clearly too large dog door with no functioning way to block it.
No.
Panicking, I stood slightly in an attempt to scan the yard and came face to face with a hood and sunglasses staring down at me through the window. At this point, I was incoherent as the dispatcher urges me to grab my son and hightail it to a locked room. I dart back to him and explain we need to go now, and as I pick him up, I hear the clear and unmistakable sound of the dog door slowly swinging open. I abandoned the house, leaving the front door wide open, and dashed across the street to pound on my neighbor's door. Once inside, they kindly paused their dinner party to distract my son while I stared across the street and messily sobbed about our very indoor cat we left behind. Not long after the officers arrived, they came through the side gate with hood and sunglasses in tow. They'd apprehended her, calmly sitting on my back step, her arm lazily, purposefully swinging in and out of the dog door. I boarded the dog door shut that night, but we moved shortly thereafter, as I was never quite sure after that if all the nighttime knocks and bumps and open gates I'd been hearing were actually just the old house.
That is upsetting. I don't know if I have ever talked about this on here, but I have a recurring, I hesitate to call anything really nightmares because I don't have like terror sort of situations, but I do have scary dreams sometimes. And one of my ones that comes back to me is that there's something outside, there's a threat outside, and either my door, like front door, is too small for the door jamb. So like I can close it, but it's not closed.
It's like a saloon door.
Yes, it is exactly like a saloon door.
Oh.
Or that there's like a way to get through it somehow, like, or like it would have had a window here, but the window's gone, so someone could just like reach in. Or that it will close, but it just won't lock. So that my stomach absolutely dropped. Yeah. No.
No. No, 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 no.
All right, this is from what's her name? Come with me out the window. The summer that my husband and I first started dating, we took a trip up to coastal Maine. We visited my college friend Lauren in Portland, Maine for a night, where she and her husband lived with their 1-year-old son. Sidebar, Maine is spooky.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Maine's just like inherently spooky. It is, first of all, it's like the peninsula of America. It's like it's Alaska. Like it's its own thing. And people come in and out, and it's like the whole state is Bayonne. Nobody knows what's going on in there. Nobody's talking. But there's a reason why Stephen King was
perfectly
inspired.
made.
Right. Okay, so Portland, Maine for a night where she and her husband lived with their 1-year-old son. Lauren and her husband had bought a Victorian house about 18 months earlier, and I remember thinking it was so quaint and charming, and we had a great dinner hanging with them. Everything felt warm and cozy and normal, and they filled us in on some of the challenges of being new parents. Chiefly, they mentioned that their baby had trouble sleeping, and generally woke up crying in the middle of the night, which sounded like normal baby behavior to me, albeit frustrating for our sleep-deprived friends. And my husband, then boyfriend, and I listened sympathetically. After dinner, our friends put the baby to bed. The 4 of us watched a movie, and everyone turned in for an early night. All the bedrooms were upstairs on the 2nd floor of the house, and Hubs and I were sleeping in the guest bedroom at the front of the house, which had windows facing down onto the street, while both our friends' master bedroom and the baby's room were down at the other end of the hallway at the back of the house. Around 3 a.m., I suddenly jolted awake as a huge gust of wind swept through the house. It wasn't particularly windy outside, but the gust blew the door to our room open so hard that it banged against the wall. The whole house seemed to shudder with the gust, and an electric, ominous energy suddenly permeated the air. Simultaneously, the baby let out a single piercing cry.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Hubs was still asleep with his back turned to me, and I, Big Spoon, was facing his back. What? That's not how you spoon.
Were they back to back?
I was facing his back. Okay.
Oh,
they were
okay.
She was Big Spoon. Okay.
Got it.
About 10 seconds later, he began violently trembling. Now, he's a big dude who doesn't scare easily, and I can attest that he's the most calm, angelic sleeper ever. This incident is literally the only time he's acted like this in his sleep in the 12-plus years that we've been together. As he trembled, still asleep, it was obvious that he was having some kind of terrifying nightmare. And after about 15 seconds, he started yelling, no, and shot up awake in bed, sweaty and shaking. Babe, are you okay? I asked. No, he yelled. I switched on the bedside lamp, and it took him a couple minutes to gather himself enough to speak. He explained that he had dreamt a gust of wind blew open the bedroom door and that the baby had cried, and at that moment, what he described as a smoky demon child had entered the bedroom. He described him as being about the size of a 4-year-old child with burning red eyes, and his body was made out of gray, wispy smoke.
Oh, no.
The smoky child came up to him on his side of the bed, tried to grab his hand, and commanded in a mischievous yet coldly demanding voice, "Come with me out the window." Hub said he was absolutely terrified by the thing, but also felt inexplicably scared that he might not be able to stop himself from following it. And he was fighting the urge to get out of bed and jump out of the second floor window.
No.
After this, we were both feeling totally freaked out and stayed awake for over an hour talking and trying to bring our adrenaline down. Finally, convincing ourselves that it was just a nightmare, everything was fine, we had just gotten spooked. We agreed to try to fall back asleep. I switched off the bedside lamp and we both closed our eyes. Not 10 seconds later, the old turquoise iMac desktop computer that was sitting on the desk beside the bed turned on. With that loud bong noise that old iMacs made when starting up.
Oh God.
Elder millennials and Gen X, you know the sound. Important context, the computer was not in sleep mode and just coming back on. It had been fully shut off and it suddenly just turned on.
No.
The glow of the computer screen lit up the whole room like a green false dawn. We both shot up in bed 1,000% confident that something in the room was messing with us and simultaneously yelled some version of, nope.
Yeah.
Guess we're up for the day. It was now about 4 a.m. and switched on all the lights. Around 5:30 a.m., we found a nearby bakery on Yelp that delivered croissant lamps.
Ooh. Fuck. Oh, God.
I can't believe it was a croissant. Around 5:30 a.m., we found a nearby bakery on Yelp that opened. I'm never going to forget that story. That opened early and went and hid out there for a while, bringing back bagels and coffee for everyone in the house. They just left their friend and their baby.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Oh. When our friends woke up, we eagerly tried to tell them about the night before, but to our disappointment, they quickly brushed it off and immediately and firmly changed the subject.
Oh, shit.
The baby acted fine and cheerful in the morning, and our friends seemed pointedly uninterested in exploring any theories about how some kind of spirit in the house might be messing with their kid or waking him up at night. Less than a year later, though, they sold the house and moved to a different part of town.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hell no.
Oh,
Hell
no.
Especially, Dawn is notoriously a very active sleeper. So if something like this happened with him, I don't think that I would be too worried about it. Like, I would be up. I'd be up. We would be awake for sure because waking up like that sucks. But if your person is like a little angelic baby log.
Oh, yeah. And then like out of nowhere. Yeah.
No. And also for the gust of wind and the baby to permeate the dream, that's not
it's really
cool.
creepy.
Not
really
cool.
Creepy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that's awful. I'm dying to know, like, if they were ever able to follow up with those friends and be like, okay, so now that you've moved, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what was really happening? What? Uh-huh.
No. Okay. This one's kind of long. It's not too bad. Okay. This is called Basement by J.J. Rubin. I grew up in Westchester County, New York in the 80s. We had a nice, modest house with a backyard that bordered on a public park. On Friday and Saturday nights, we'd sometimes get people, mostly local teens, crossing our property from the street through our front and backyards to climb over a low wall that led to the park behind our house. It was a shortcut. And go hang out there to smoke and drink, which was annoying, but other than that, it was cool to have that kind of setup and all that space as a child. Nowadays, as an urban dwelling adult living in a modest one-bedroom apartment without a lot of entry points or places for an intruder to hide, I often think to myself how much frickin' scarier it is to live out in the burbs.
Mm-hmm.
With our house, there was really no way to consistently monitor the back door that led from the kitchen out to the driveway, the front door, or basement entrance. One of those trapdoor deals, I think they're called Bilko doors, that didn't seal tightly and would make your basement flood during heavy rains.
Oh, shit. Why do you have that in a house?
Oh, the house I grew up in has Bilko doors too.
Why?
It's pretty common.
Could you get to the basement from the inside of the house?
Yes, you could also get through the inside door, but you could also, like, it allowed, especially with like pool stuff, you could walk it up and down the 6 or 7 stairs
Oh, okay,
through
without
the
all
through the
right.
yeah.
I'll allow it. But when I think about that, I think about like, I live over a wine bar now and they need to open those up so that they can shove stuff downstairs.
Right, exactly.
What if you're just living there? Okay, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Not to mention, so the Bilko doors, not to mention the old-timey sash windows facing the street and the backyard. I don't know what a sash window is.
I know from the poem that you throw it up.
What? Why is it a big deal?
Opened the window and threw up a sash.
Oh, yeah.
'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
It looks like they're just like, the 4 panes, like old-timey windows. Like 4
Oh.
panes that don't open or close, which is weird, but whatever. Cool.
All right.
Okay, so, and the sash windows facing the street and the backyard. And we definitely didn't have an alarm system back then. It seems insane to me now to be so blasé about this, but I guess it worked for our parents, all of which is to say, I think there were some actual security issues. Even though there was a sense of community, easy access to one's neighbors, and I have especially fond memories of going across the street to visit an elderly couple who would take me to the library, give me cookies and juice, etc. Anyway, my older teenage brother would often try and scare me and could be a real dick about it. I remember one time he was in my room late at night and we were chatting in the dark. He was probably inappropriately sharing exciting high school drama with 7-year-old me, and I was probably happy I was getting to stay up past my bedtime, when my closet door slowly opened of its own accord. Still have no clue why or how, and initially we both froze, but then he ran from the room and slammed my door shut from the outside, leaving me alone in the dark, cackling maniacally out on the landing. He was an asshole. He's better now. But for a second, I just sat there in the dark, my heart in my throat. Then I got up the nerve to switch on the bedside lamp, and of course, there was no one, nothing in the closet. But I remember that being hella scary. Also, my bedroom had a window facing the backyard, and one night I woke up to insanely loud werewolf-like shrieking right outside my window that brought even my blasé parents to my room.
Wow.
It turned out there were a couple of raccoons fighting in the tree outside my window, literally hanging from a branch. I think the losing raccoon tumbled into the grass below, and this ended the fight and screeching. But scary times is what I'm saying. So this one evening, my parents had gone out to see a play in the city. My brother and I would typically be left alone on such occasions, with him babysitting. I woke up, disoriented, to someone standing in my doorway, with the lights on in the hallway outside, shining into my dark room. It took me a moment to realize it was my brother and our elderly neighbor across the street. "Is everything all right?" our neighbor asked me. I was like, "What's going on?" I distinctly remember our neighbor saying to my brother, "Don't tell her." My brother promptly yelled, "There's someone in the house!" I started wailing, jumped out of my bed, and bolted from the room. A couple hours later, our parents came home from the theater, probably at midnight or 1 a.m., what was supposed to be their fun night out, to find their 2 kids sitting in the kitchen in our pajamas, wide awake, with our neighbor standing guard, holding a baseball bat.
Fuck.
What had happened was, after I was already in bed, my brother went downstairs to the kitchen to get a drink from the fridge. Something prompted him to check the back door leading out to the driveway, maybe because he had forgotten to check it earlier. He tried turning the doorknob. Yup, it was open. We didn't have a light out back, so it was just the dark driveway out there, probably a chorus of cicadas. He didn't see anything amiss, closed and then properly locked the door. He turned to take a drink from his glass, which he'd set down on the kitchen island, hence now facing the basement door. He realized the basement door was open a crack. And according to him, he heard someone breathing, someone standing right behind the door at the top of the steps leading down to the basement.
Fuck no.
My brother dropped the glass, dropped everything, ran from the kitchen, around the front door, across the street, leaving me asleep and unattended upstairs, just as a reminder, pounded on our across-the-street neighbor's door in the middle of the night and woke them up. After telling them what had happened, our elderly neighbor grabbed his baseball bat and accompanied my brother back to our house, and first thing, they went upstairs to check on me. I gather my brother and neighbor were too scared to walk through the house on their own. That's why we all ended up camped out in the kitchen. But when our parents returned, the three adults did go through the entire house room by room, checking everywhere, including the basement, which had a disturbing unfinished portion. Just a hole in the wall with a tarp slung across it, but no entryway from outside. Or so I believe. They didn't find anyone. Our neighbor finally went home with his baseball bat and we all went to bed. Our parents subsequently concluded my brother had imagined the whole thing, but I'm not so sure. My brother swears to this day that someone came into the house that night and was hiding in the basement, but then must have freaked out upon being discovered and somehow snuck back outside while my brother was across the street getting our neighbor. Lucky for me, I guess he didn't decide to sneak upstairs instead.
God. I mean, I understand. Okay. I understand why the brother did that, though. Like, you don't want to abandon somebody, but like, what help are you if you're now both trapped upstairs? That is like the rule number one in a horror movie. You don't run up the stairs, right?
100.
Don't run up the stairs. I'm never in danger of running up any stairs because I can't run fast upstairs. So I'm way better of a chance of like running in a straight line.
Oh, for sure. Yes, that's right.
But still, don't. That kid was not the right person to leave another kid with.
No, definitely no. Mm-mm. This is really a cautionary tale about Gen X older siblings.
Oh, for sure.
Ah.
All right, this is the one from Controlled by Cats. Once upon my youthful days, I worked in a historic downtown area in a large old house, surrounded by many other large old houses that were converted into storefronts and such. This actually reminded me of your neighborhood.
Totally, yes.
We were in an office space. We were office space in what had previously been a doctor's office. As our office manager warned me on my first day, this house was quite beautiful but also very creepy. We were on the first floor with the second floor rented out to a travel agency. The person who rented the second floor office was rarely in, only using the space to meet clients. There is something inherently creeptastic about that kind of setup, like a business in an old building.
Mm-hmm.
The Girl Scout office that my mom worked for and would take me to against my will sometimes, like when I was too sick to go to school, but could not stay in my bed.
What was it in?
It was just like an old creepy house in Newport News or something like that.
Yes.
But there was like upstairs offices that had clearly been bedrooms and stuff like that. The person who rented the second floor office was rarely in, only using the space to meet clients occasionally. I was the only full-time office staff for our company, the others part-time or half-retired. Most business was done by our sales team who were in and out and sometimes not in at all, and so I was frequently alone in the office. My office retained some cabinetry and a sink from its days as an exam room. The sink was the first to test my tolerance for weird. It burbled and gurgled. Old pipes, right? Occasionally, water would spurt up from the drain over a foot into the air, splashing onto me and my desk.
Oh my God.
Less often, the first time that happened, I would be like, this is off limits. We are not using this sink. I'm going to board it over.
Yes, for sure.
Less often, because the water that is coming up out of a drain is not water you want on your skin.
Oh God, no.
Less often, the faucet would turn on full blast and I would actually need to turn the knob to stop it. The footsteps were next. I would be alone in the house, doors locked, and hear footsteps run up the stairs or clomping around in the upstairs office. Sometimes it sounded like furniture moving above me or the radio would turn on. I would get up and check to see if any cars had appeared in the lot or if someone upstairs had come in. The upstairs office would be locked, lights off, no one home, only my car outside. The absolute weirdest incident, though, had to be the teenage boy visitor. I was alone, doors locked, concentrating on whatever task I was doing, only to come to the realization that there were footsteps on the first floor, approaching and then retreating from my office. Then, the male voice. Hello? Hello? Is someone here? Absolutely petrified, knowing no one should have been there, I grabbed a pen to defend myself and crept down the hall towards the voice, which had made its way back to the reception desk, in front of which stood a skinny teenage boy. I managed to find my voice enough to ask him what he was doing there. He explained that he had an appointment with Dr. some name and needed to check in. When I replied that he must be at the wrong place, there was no doctor here, he pulled a piece of paper from his pocket and read the doctor's name and our address from it. I repeated that he was in the wrong place and should leave. After some back and forth, he finally said he needed to call his mom and left out the back door towards the parking lot. I followed to make sure he was gone and to lock the doors, assuming I hadn't done so in the first place. You guys, I couldn't follow because the doors were locked. There was no one outside, no other cars. I ran to the side of the building the driveway was on, looking out the windows to the street and sidewalk. No teenage boy in sight.
Fuck.
Where did he go? How did I just watch him push through the door?
No.
I no longer remember the name of the doctor the boy gave me, but at the time I did look it up, and it was not a name associated with our office and its previous tenant, nor did it turn up any results for any doctor in our area. I don't know if that makes it more or less strange. I've long since moved and changed jobs. I kept in touch with one of my old co-workers for a time, and there was a lot of turnover at my old job. It could be the job and the management, but I do wonder if anyone else ever shared the weirdness of my time there.
Ghost patients, no.
No.
Oh, God. No. Oh, no, I hate it. Oh, God. Fuck. Okay, well, that's awful. I have something here by Shadowfire called Just Nope. Stuff that happens after school.
Oh, I skimmed this. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
My mom has a night job. This is current. This is current. My mom has a night job, so I take care of her dog in the evening, usually taking him to an elementary school bordered by a residential area to the north and a vast empty field to the south with one path through it. Odd things always happen there, and I'm not talking about the playground being covered in condoms, like that's normal. The first weird thing I can remember is walking along that path past another pair of folks. Some yards down, when the dog was doing some business, I looked back to see if maybe I needed to get out of the way of those other folks, who should have been right behind us. But they were still in the same place, walking in place with these big, weird grins on their faces.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, well, we'll just keep walking further away, no problem. Another several yards, I look around and notice that somehow this weird pair has gotten ahead of us without either of us noticing and are at the southern entrance to this path, heading back toward us, big grins and all. Nope, just cut clear across the field for home. Then there was one winter when we were passing by the one lonely walnut tree in this vast field and see something slumped against it like a body. Ah, shit, gotta just check it to make sure. Turned out to be a backpack covered in snow, so it had been there for a couple of days. Wondering why the thing had been dumped, I rummaged around and found a large pocket of vials of human blood. If the labels were anything to go by, nope. Called the police on that fucking one.
No.
Which brings us to a few days ago. We heard some great big booms and strangled screams from what sounded like one of the houses next to the school. Well, that ain't right. Best see if everybody's okay. We traced the sounds to a property with a 7-foot-high wooden fence surrounding it, at which point my mom's dog did not want to get anywhere near that place. Desperately did not. I had to drag him close enough to the fence so I could peek between the boards with his claws screeching on the road. The boards were so close together I had to peek through several to get a sense of what was in the yard. A metal shed, and several dogs, judging by all the barking, who were hurling their bodies against it, creating the booming noises. And more screams, which sounded like they were coming from another area of the yard, not in the shed at all. Suddenly, a glaring red eye, surrounded by brindle fur, met my gaze in one of the cracks at eye level, so this is a big-ass dog.
What?
At this point, I decided to turn around and see how my mom's dog was doing. He was so terrified, Diarrhea was dribbling down his legs. Cue another strangled scream. Nope. Let's just let nature, or whatever is going on back there, take its course, I told him, which was his cue to bolt at 80,000 miles per hour.
Oh, no.
They say when school's out, that area is too friggin' weird.
No. That's a no.
Big no.
Why were the dogs throwing themselves against the metal shed?
What the fuck? In every possible way. What the ever-loving fuck?
Okay, this is a short one. I want to preface this from Many Bells Down, which is I think E.E. Cummings. Anyone lived in a pretty how town with episode floating Many Bells Down? No?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I know the poem, but I don't know if it's E. Cummings.
I'm pretty sure. I want to preface this by saying spooky shit just doesn't happen to me. My aunts and my grandmother would happily tell you about the ghosts they've seen and supernatural things they've experienced, but I'm over 50 now and I've never had anything weird happen. I'm still not even sure this happened. About 2019, my spouse and I both had the same week off work, so we took a little vacation to Portland, Oregon. We went to the zoo, fed a giraffe, ate voodoo donuts, etc. One of the last things we did was a haunted pub tour where we went and saw the Shanghai tunnels and several spots that are supposed to be haunted. I wanted to do it for the beer tasting mostly. One of the buildings we saw from the street was supposed to be haunted by a woman who killed herself. I took some pictures of the windows she was apparently seen in. We had a fun time, tried some new beers, didn't see any ghosts. You know how when you have Google Photos, you get those little collections of memories, like on this day, or best of September 2012? Well, it's last December, and I'm scrolling through those, only half paying attention to the visit to Portland, and the visit to Portland comes up. I'm still clicking through voodoo donuts, me drinking a beer, Shanghai tunnels, haunted building, and I swear to God, there's a face in the window. I've already clicked past it by the time my brain goes, wait, what the fuck? No. I try to go back, but in my startled haste, I drop the phone and also somehow close the app. When I go back into the app, the trip photos are not in the memories queue. I've looked at that album a few times in the last 5 years. There was not a face in the window when I took the picture. There's never been a face in the window. I scrolled back to 2019 and looked at those photos terrified, and there was no face in the window. I deleted all the pictures of the building now, though. I'm happier when spooky shit isn't happening.
Oh my God. That's some witches shit right there.
Oh God.
Oh no. No.
Thank you.
No. Oh my God. No. I got a good one for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Emu is the user. This is our family ghost story. Before I begin, obligatory disclaimer, my mother is as skeptical as they come. No nonsense, rational explanation, or you're making it up. And she swears all of this is true. When I was a kid, I was scared of the attic hatch in our family bathroom. Every attic hatch is terrifying. No exceptions. None.
Having one in the bathroom feels like very bad.
Really
very
bad.
Very bad.
It freaked me out so much I would refuse to be in the bathroom alone. My mother decided that the best way to help me get over my fear was to tell me that she'd actually lived in a house with a haunted bathroom, so she would know if this one was.
Mom, that my mom would pull that shit. My mom, that's absolutely something she'd be like, I'll fix this. Done.
A less effective parenting technique than she would imagine.
Yeah.
At that point, I had to know, and the story goes like this. I am the eldest of my parents' kids. Before I was born, my parents lived in a 150-plus-year-old house, terrace house, with my aunt, my mom's sister, and my cousin, who was still pretty little in those days, 4 years old when they moved out. The house was old enough that it didn't have a bathroom when it was built, so one of the bedrooms was converted at some point. Mom was never comfortable in that room. Anytime she'd be washing up at the bathroom sink, she says she could feel someone standing behind her, watching her. She never spent more time in there than she had to, especially after dark. What a bummer of a place to have to rush out.
Nah.
Rushing out of the dining room, like, cool. You know, living room, inconvenient. But the bathroom is like, come on!
Yeah. Give us a break.
Again, being a rational and highly skeptical woman, she didn't talk to anyone but my dad about the weird feelings she got in the room, and he, also rational and highly skeptical, asked her to keep it to herself. His mother was the type to get hysterical and melodramatic. Sounds misogynistic, but okay. And neither one of them wanted to deal with that when she came to visit. So my mom convinced herself that she was imagining it, and life went on. Until a friend came to visit one day. It was just Mum and the friend in the house, and the friend went upstairs to use the bathroom. Mum started washing up the lunch dishes in the kitchen, right at the back of the house, on a different floor in a completely different part of the house. When the friend came back downstairs, she saw Mum at the sink and jumped out of her skin. She swore someone had been on the landing outside the bathroom the whole time she was up there. So far, so creepy. But then years later, we were all in the car driving past the street where Mom and Dad used to live. My granddad's mom was in the car, but I reckoned decades on, I was probably... Oh, no. God, fucking Irish people. My dad's mom, was in the car, but I reckoned decades on, I was probably safe to say, hey, look, Mom, it's your haunted house. And my gran, like the melodramatic one, my gran, with whom my mum had never discussed the creepy bathroom, said, there was something wrong with the bathroom in that house. Chills. Full car chills. My mom asked her what she meant. My gran said that my granddad had told her not to say anything to my mom or dad so as to not upset them, but she'd been terrified of the bathroom in the house. Hated to be in it alone. Would never use it after dark because no matter what, she always felt as though there was someone in the room with her, watching her. Well, now, of course, I have to ask my cousin what she remembered. She texted back almost immediately. Oh yeah, there was something wrong in the bathroom of that house. She vividly remembers her less than 4-year-old self sitting on the toilet watching shadows play on the wall where there was nothing to make a shadow.
No, thank you.
Nope. Hard pass. Goodbye. Nope. Close it. Close every tab. Power down. Unplug.
Exit stage right.
Big time.
Chased by bear. Yeah. Those are some good ones. I like the comments situation seems to be a little more easy to navigate this time.
Yes.
Shocking that they kept that around for so long, but also kind of impressive where they were like, this is just what we do.
Agreed. Yes. It is easier. It's different, but it is a lot simpler than it was in the before.
Oh, crikey. Well, fuck buddies.
My heart hurts.
Have you heard of a movie called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies?
I loved Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. You would enjoy it too. Did you see it?
Okay, great. No, not yet. I'm probably going to watch it tonight. I had put on Facebook just like I keep forgetting that there's a genre called cozy horror.
What the fuck is cozy horror?
Well, stuff where it's like not gore, I think.
Oh.
Where it's like, gather round for a spooky ghost story, right? Kind of thing.
Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is very gory.
Oh, is it? How interesting.
Super gory, yes.
Okay.
Not spooky, like slashery, and because it's slashery, it's a very fucking gory.
Okay. All right, maybe I won't watch that by myself then.
But it is really good. I would say it's not very scary. It's really good. It's very funny, and gross.
Okay.
Super gross.
If it's funny and gross, I can do that.
Yeah, it's funny and gross.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. Like,
it's fun.
Idle Hands is a perfect example of like a horror movie that I'm like, okay, we're
good. Yes.
And what was the one that you had recommended last year about like a time travel thing? Do you remember?
Oh, it was called Killer.
Okay.
It's called Totally Killer.
Totally Killer.
And it's on
Yes.
Amazon, and it's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I would watch that again. It was totally cute.
Yes, Totally Killer. Super fucking cute. Oh, you'd also love Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh yeah?
Lisa Frankenstein, very cute, not scary.
Okay. I'll take a look at that. It looked a little dopey, but I'll give it a look.
I mean, it's not dopey. It's not dopey, but it is cute. It's fun. What?
My cats are trying to tear things down behind me.
When I think cozy horror, I definitely think like one very moody location, like The Shining would technically be cozy horror, but in that case, they're usually very scary because they're really effective.
Sure.
Probably not gory, more psychological and creepy.
Yeah, that is the kind of thing that I really like. The thing that I just don't like is I mean, I think that The Ring is a pretty good example,
Ooh.
or also Hereditary, or
you watched Hereditary?
Yeah.
Then you've officially seen.
Why? Hereditary. For those who are just listening, Google Meet just decided to put a bunch of balloons up when I said I watched Hereditary. I told you, everything's haunted. My mic stopped working. We've got balloons. The cats are going crazy.
We all float
There's
down
going to
here.
be like a fucking little smoke boy coming in trying to get me to pull out the window.
Oh my God.
Hereditary.
Girl, you've officially seen the scariest movie on earth. Hereditary's fucking intense.
It was so scary. Hereditary, and I love Midsummer. I actually could watch that one again. And then the one with where not the Amish family, but like the one with the goat that's by the same director.
The Witch, yeah.
Oh, called The Witch. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That one I didn't like as much, but I understood. Like I was like, I get it. I see what you're going for here, and I like it. But yeah, I want to say that we watched all three of those in a weekend with Shauna and Emily.
I had no idea you'd seen so many like real effectively scary horror movies.
Yeah, I block them out pretty fast. But the things that I don't like are like the imagery of like fast zombie stuff when people are moving at the wrong rate. Now I got thumbs up. Just very sassy over here today. More? No? Just whenever. Totally lost my train of
fast
thought.
Zombies. You don't like fast zombies?
Oh, that part in It where
she's in the background. Oh,
yes,
fuck, yeah.
Where it's the old lady and doing like the jingly dance. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That specifically, or something being like running up to the camera and then being like, right?
Right. Yes.
I hate that shit.
Fast. That's why we don't like. I must have mentioned this to you before. That's why we don't like spiders. You like that, right? You know that, right? Well, of course you don't like it.
Yes, that makes sense. They're moving at the wrong speed. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Same
get
with
that.
caterpillars. I literally have goosebumps, by the way, just thinking about that part in It.
Yeah.
Have you watched that yet this year?
No.
The movies? Would you watch them over the phone with me?
Would I rewatch the It movies with you? Hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, yes.
Because I can't watch them by myself. And Don's
oh my
not home
God,
until
I would
Tuesday.
totally. Yes, you and I could. Fuck yeah, of course, absolutely.
Okay.
Yay!
They too scary for me to watch alone.
I understand. There's a great cozy horror movie that I fucking loved, and if you don't mind, like psychological creeping horror, it's called The Lodge.
Ooh.
Where's The Lodge right now? The Lodge is very much like a Shining, like horror movie.
Okay.
It's from 2019. It's so fucking good.
Mm.
It's currently on Hulu.
I like how you say Hulu.
Did I use a liquid U? Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking loved The Lodge. It was really, really good. Also Night House. The Night House was really good too.
Yeah, I like the series that was like the Bly Manor or whatever, or do you remember that?
You do watch legit scary shit.
I do. I watched the Midnight Society too, but that wasn't really scary. It was scary in its own thing, but it was like
I also really, I think I pulled this recommendation back from you because I thought you wouldn't like it, but I think I think now understanding your horror profile, you would. The Fear Street movies
Oh.
on Netflix fucking slap. They're so good.
Ooh.
They're so, so, so good.
Nice.
They are supernatural and they're slashery and they're really fun and they're all they're different eras, each one of them. So like the first one that you watch I think is 90s, and then the second one in the canon is either like early 80s, late 70s, and then the third one in the canon is so queer and heartbreaking, and it's in like in the witch era, like in the witch trial era, so it's like 1600s. Fucking good. They're
Do you have
really
to start
good.
at the beginning, or can I start with that third one?
I think you might have to start at the beginning, but I'm not sure.
All right.
They were really good. I haven't watched them for a few years, but they are phenomenal. And also the brand new Salem's Lot gets a big thumbs up.
Is
from
that a
me.
TV show or a
It's
movie?
a movie. It's on HBO Max, and it's by the same filmmakers of the It remake, and it definitely has that benefits from all the same good shit. It's it's fucking solid. In fact, Jory hadn't seen the original Salem's Lot, and that was the first Stephen King book I ever read.
Oh,
And
I'm not familiar with it at all.
oh, it's a
Yeah,
vampire
that's one of-
story. It's one of his first books, and it's a vampire story, and it takes place in Maine, and basically, Dracula moves in, right? So it's a Dracula story. And starts taking over this little sleepy Maine town of Jerusalem's Lot. And I read the book when I was like 11 or 12, and it scared the ever-loving shit out of me. And then I watched the 1979 film, and it also scared the ever-loving shit out of me. And I've only maybe seen the movie once, so Jory was like, put on something that I've never seen before. And I'm like, 1979 Salem's Lot. And Jory's like, I can't really with the pacing of like these old horror movies. And I was like, no, you don't understand. It's so scary. It's so good. Oh, the scares. Oh, the thrills. And they were watching it, and it moves along like a fucking, right? Like an after school special from like 1979. And I'm like, oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Where there's lots of like just like quiet moments of people like organizing things or walking somewhere.
Yes. And like blown out exposure, like really gauzy Vaseline. Like, I mean, it's not worth a watch. It is worth a watch. And it has some real excellence there. Also, you'd probably love all the Poltergeist movies if you haven't watched them.
Okay, JK. I'm shocked that we haven't talked about this. I watched Poltergeist on the TV with my family when I was 6 years old.
And you'll never do it again?
Well, here's the thing. We watched it multiple times. Like, we might have actually had it on VHS now that I'm thinking about it. Which my dad probably like taped it off the TV.
Yes, that was our version too.
But for the young ones, if you had things on VHS, you watched them a lot because you only had like 15 movies because they were expensive. And also sometimes places like the lesser of the 6 channels that weren't cable would run the same movie, like literally the same movie for like 3 Sundays in a row or something like that. So you could just keep catching it.
The Sunday afternoon matinee.
But that, the moment in Poltergeist, I was a baby child watching this blonde baby child, like not be believed and just like be taken over. I don't think that I've actually seen it since I was a child. But I could tell you probably half the movie. And I forget things right away.
So it is trauma seared into your brain.
Oh, seared. I remember some of the second one. The third one I didn't like, and it felt too weird because the little girl had died.
Yes.
And then they had to finish the movie without her.
Yes.
And I just hated everything about that. But so the thing in Poltergeist comes to her through the TV. And they're, the crackly fuzz comes on, it's the national anthem.
The anthem.
Then the screen goes to the color bars, and you get the boop, And
then
then
it's
you get
snow.
the crackly. When I tell you, my mother used to leave the TV on, and then she used to go read in the bathroom or like listen to her weird like conspiracy theory radio. I don't know why. But she would just like sit in the bathroom forever. It's weird she got her thinking done. Who knows, Marcia. Also, she probably didn't eat enough fiber. But I would wake up out of a dead sleep to run through my hoarded house on my tiny little elementary school legs.
Oh, to get in bed before the people in the TV could
I
get
was
you?
in bed. I was in bed. She was in the bathroom. She didn't know the TV was about to sign off. And we're the only people in the house. And I would run through the house. This might have even been when I was a high schooler, quite frankly, to turn the TV off before it got to the boop. And then I couldn't get back to sleep, of course. So every time I asked her, I was like, can you just like turn it down when you go to the bathroom for 9 years? Like what? And she was like, I don't know what you're so upset about. I was like, you let me watch one of the scariest fucking movies.
Also, who has their like midnight constitutional?
Oh, no. My mom was up until 4 o'clock in the morning and then she slept all day. That was kind of her.
Oh, that's true. Right.
That
right.
was her
right.
whole thing.
It was a normal time to.
Yeah.
Yipes. Well, half of it's relatable in that I also saw Poltergeist very, very young and it seared itself. But the rest of it, no. But if you ever wanted to try it again with a safe person,
yes,
I would be delighted to hold that space for you.
Yes, I would watch that. I will say when the branch comes through the window, that had me scared of thunderstorms.
Same.
Like paralyzed for years.
Totally. Yep. I found the tree to be the scariest part too.
I think the clown was the scariest part, but it was all scary. And then like it ends with like a big vagina, like a fallopian tube or something, and everybody's all goopy.
It's very sex positive. This is the real Yannick filmmaking we're looking
everybody
for.
Everybody gets fucked. And then on top of it, because it's sorry, spoiler alert for this movie that you guys should all know what it's about anyway. The whole fact that it was like on a burial ground, right? We would find arrowheads in the backyard. Like, not shit. It wasn't like, let's go dig holes in the ground and see what we can find. It would be like, you'd be walking around like, oh, how did this unearth itself?
Yeah, it was all pretty prescient in sweet little Yorkville, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yorktown.
Yorktown.
Independence was one.
Got it.
But yeah, if you would even like use a spade to like dig like 5 inches down into the earth to plant bulbs or something like that, we found what's it
teeth.
Not probably the musket balls.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
My God.
Uh-huh.
As though we're like 4 years ago.
Oh yeah. Yes, that is very much what it felt like. So that added a nice fun little layer of terror. Much in the same way that when I watched Prince of Moths, nope. Kiss of the nope. Silence of the Lambs. There she is. Thank you for walking through my brain in real time with me.
Prince of Moths. Oh shit. Oh great.
I needed the momentum.
Yes.
No one had ever told me that it was a movie about killing fat girls. And I watched it for the first time by myself when like I hadn't been by myself in ages. I lived with Duncan and Keith and Carlos. Like nobody was ever alone in that apartment. Something was always happening. And everybody was gone, and I don't know why. I was like, let me scare the shit out of myself.
Oh God.
And then come to find out it was like all about killing fat girls, and I was like, huh?
So good. I mean, not that, but yeah.
Okay.
I gotta go calm my nerves. My God.
Right?
Dang. All right, fuck buddies. Happy spooky Halloween.
Happy spooky Halloween.
Oh, I have another recommendation for you though.
Oh,
there's a TV show that I fucking love. I watch it through Amazon Prime. It's called From.
Ooh.
It's phenomenal. I don't think it has any of the creepy shit that you've mentioned. It's creepy. There are some jump scares for sure, but like nothing. None of the buttons that you've mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah,
sounds good.
Great. Really good.
There was literally one of those fucking spotted lantern flies when I was like, whoa, look, going like walking down my yep, there he goes now.
Fuck off.
I can feel that movement. I can feel that like herky jerky shit.
I know.
In the inside of my rib cage.
Yeah. Yep. I yes. Big spider energy.
Yeah, gonna have to go dial down this adrenaline for sure.
Oh my God, big time.
Jiminy
yes.
Criminy. I might need to bake something. Shit.
How about croissant lamp?